All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with
my proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics, in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions, respectfully brings to you the 125th episode of the Four Tales podcast. I'm your host, Kyron Silva, and together we are your two award-winning blurred comic creators here to help you find your next favorite comic. We are live on the Age to Geekdom Network via Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're listening or watching us live, thank you for your support. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. What's up, Danny?
all of those things are true that you just said,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna let it go now. I'm just gonna let it go.
You're gonna let what go?
It is gonna be let go. I'm not even gonna mention it anymore. So
Okay.
I'm gonna act like it doesn't bother me. So I'm not even gonna. It doesn't bother me.
This is the best joke that no one's like brought up but me and you.
How have you
Like
been?
I really did slowly just cut you out of the intro, didn't I?
That's all right. That's okay.
Like every week it just got shorter and shorter to the
I'm
point where it's like,
getting whoever replaces me, make sure you slowly bring them in. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you completely delete me from the show, just make sure you slowly bring them in because that would be the coolest transition.
you're like, I'm your host, Kyron Silva, and then next week, Kyron Silva and that, and
Yeah.
okay. I'll do that. I'll do that, definitely. Oh, dude. All right. Let's talk about your Kickstarter because you got like 3 hours to go. Right?
Yes, 3 hours ago, Ace Blade 1 through 8. We just broke $5,000. So shout out to everybody. For a 2-week Kickstarter. Hey man, hey, listen, I appreciate y'all. 2 weeks, Ace Blade 1 through 8. I like doing shorter Kickstarters, especially for Ace Blade. I'll say for Ace Blade. I like doing the shorter Kickstarters. Kickstarters are very stressful. Our guests have a crowdfunding project going on, so I'm sure we'll talk to them about how stressful it is to do crowdfunding, some of the pros and cons of it, and all of the roadblocks that are in the way with all this new AI art and stuff like that. But I'm grateful. I'm super grateful that I get to continue making comic books, and we've been working hard. So
And
it's
I
a
just
hard
want to
work.
state though, if this somehow breaks the 6,000 mark in the next 2 hours, which is less than 1,000 to go, you've agreed to wear the Ace Blade costume,
I
right?
did. I retired.
Now,
I used to wear it. But I grew. I grew out of it. I'll say. And stopped wearing it a couple years ago, before COVID. I started wearing it before COVID, and I've agreed that if I will put that spandex back on. I'll squeeze back into that bad boy if we get to 6K. I might have to do a couple push-ups first and sit-ups and put a Tiana, what do you call those things? The body things, the
like a bodysuit.
yeah, put on a bodysuit. But we'll get in it. We'll get in that thing.
All right.
But no, I appreciate everybody for sure. Thank y'all for catching up, for getting on the Kickstarter, getting on the Kickstarter. But we got some exceptional guests. Yes,
Girdle, yeah,
that's
girdle,
it.
girdle.
That's it, Kenji. Throw on a
Thanks.
girdle.
Okay, we getting a lot of suggestions.
I wouldn't want to embarrass Ace Blade. I won't ever make Ace Blade look bad. I don't mind looking bad myself, but I don't want to make Ace Blade look bad. So I have to throw on the girdle one time for him.
All right. 6K is doable. I don't know in 2 hours, but definitely doable. But if you haven't already, go and back the campaign. You have the option of 8 issues, right? This is for issue 8, right?
Yep.
So if you've never read Ace Blade before, please go and check it out. Thank you to Barbie Cole, congratulating you on your hard work on that. So thank you.
Shout out to Jimmy. What's up, man?
Kaepernick is not coming to the rescue for anybody at this point, so that sucks.
Not for Ace Blade for sure. I told him. Well, we'll talk.
That's after the show. We'll talk about.
We'll talk about it after the show. Okay.
But you did mention we have some guests on. This is a big group we're gonna have on here. A lot, and they have their own crowdfunding campaign. They're here to talk about. They're gonna. Do you want to introduce them? Do you want me to? How do you want to do this?
I would like to introduce the project. I would because this is a pretty cool looking project. So you introduce the people, I'll introduce the project.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know how we're gonna do that. All right. Well, let's see. Let's do alphabetical order. Coming in first, Brian. He threw me off. I was gonna say last name, but then he threw me off with the wave. I was McEvoy.
Brian McEvoy.
All right.
Nice.
Next we have Kelson Steele.
Kelson.
And finally we have Sarah White, all from Laguna Studios, to talk about their book. And you said you wanted to introduce this, so go ahead.
So the book, Granica #1, is right now. It is on Backer Kick, and they have 6 days left. They are at 99 backers. This is a story about a computer engineer named Ness and their travel pet who must chaperone 2 young children on a flight to Mars. Along the way, they must learn to navigate being a nanny and dealing with an unexpected stranger, all while hiding a dangerous secret.
I am so glad that you're able to read, dude.
I'm glad. I'm glad too. I'm glad too. Those reading lessons paid off, man. So, welcome to the show, y'all. Thank you for stopping by, Sarah. Sarah, you've been on our show before. I think it's the first time we've met Brian and Kelson.
The real Kelson, not the one you found. The only
not the other Kelson. The catfish Instagram Kelson.
Giving me ideas though.
But if y'all would give yourselves a quick introduction, start with Brian. Tell us, who you are, what do you do on the project, and a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Brian McEvoy. I'm one of the co-creators of the universe of Granica, and I wrote this issue.
Awesome.
And so my name is, as they said, Kelson Steele. I am the illustrator. I did the pencils, the inks on Granica #1, and just a little bit about myself. This is my first kind of foray into doing comic books, and I'm super excited.
But you've been illustrating a long time, though, right? Now that I found your Instagram, I saw, that you have a long, history in illustration for sure.
Yeah, the catfishing does not extend to my art.
Okay. You should combine the two.
Yeah, maybe fruitful. It could be very lucrative.
Sure. Sarah, give us a quick introduction for you again.
Well, I'm Sarah White. I'm the co-founder of Laguna Studios, and on this one, I'm the cat wrangler or the cat herder, I guess, keeping things moving, and I'm doing the letters, and I helped adapt the screenplay. Brian and I helped adapt, or not the screenplay. I helped adapt the radio script to a comic script.
Okay, because I was about to say, if there's a screenplay, I need a whole.
Kelson animates, so it could be a screenplay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I did go to school for animation.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
So Sarah,
let's start with this. Let's start with this because, like Sarah said, she sort of wrangled this all together. Brian, this was originally your idea, your script. Why would you listen to Sarah to make a comic book?
I think that we all wonder that.
Wait, did we lose Brian? Is he frozen?
I think Brian's frozen, or he's playing a really good mime right now.
He's playing.
You know what? I wouldn't put that past him. Is the thing.
Wait. Let me see. Oh,
I wouldn't put that stuff past him. He would do that to me.
All right, Brian, are you there?
Oh, he's got a weird connection.
My connection was getting a little squirrely there. Sorry.
Okay.
So I didn't hear anything for the past message.
Okay. Why in the world would you listen to Sarah and turn what you created into a comic book?
Well, she scares me.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. All right, that's the end of that's the end of the episode. Right
There we go. Let's wrap.
Too.
No, so Sarah and I had wanted to do a comic for quite a while, years. I used to live in Minnesota, and now I live in California for the past 2 years, and we've been talking about doing something. And I was like, oh, I've got the superhero world. It's pretty vast, and it's got some neat aspects that you don't see in superheroes. And we're like, yeah, cool, but that's a whole big can of worms. And I was like, well, I've got this other neat story. And I told Sarah about Granica and the world it's in. And she's like, yes, let's do that. And I'm like, well, I've already got this play and stuff. And she's like, oh, hell yeah. So the rest is history.
Well, I mean, you did mention this that, and as a resident, also, I need to find out where in California are you? I need to figure out how
Bay
far
Area.
away from me. Bay Area?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm in Sacramento, so
Okay.
you're not too far away. About hour and a half, traffic. Okay.
Oh, that's close for California.
Yeah.
I'm in
Hour and a
Cali
half in
too.
traffic. Like, I can see your house.
Wait.
Yeah, no,
Kelson- oh.
those two. Yeah, those two are out in California, and then I'm just Iowa. I live in Iowa.
All right, Kelson, where are you at?
So like outskirts of LA County, I'm in Thousand Oaks near Camarillo. I don't know. You know
Yeah,
what that is?
my father is in Rancho Cucamonga,
Oh, okay.
and my brother is in Ontario. So, all
I see.
right, well, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna kick you guys out and just make this a California thing going forward.
Thank
Just
goodness.
kick out Danny and Sarah. We don't need them anymore.
Completely understand. Completely understand.
He really did it.
I do it all the time. Danny,
mean,
It does
Danny
all the time. I'm used to it.
Hey,
No.
He kicked me out once for saying I didn't watch X-Men as a child. Yes,
He was
did.
right to
Watch
do it.
X-Men 97 though.
And it's not even my fault. Like my dad was a very anti X-Men person, so that's why I didn't get to watch.
but you
I'm
did it
making up
on
for
our
it as an
X-Men
adult.
episode.
is-
You said
that-
it on our
that's
X-Men
fair.
episode.
That is fair, but I was trying to explain how I fell in love with it as an adult, and isn't that more precious?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta let people
See,
finish.
Danny's the nice one. Kyron will fool you. He acts nice, but he's not the nice one.
And Californians, you never know. You never know.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
the traffic. We have to sit in traffic all freaking day, or at least I do.
I do.
Yeah. So, but Sarah, I was gonna say you're kind of the veteran on this project now. Would you have imagined, a few years ago that you would be the veteran comic book creator on a project like this?
No. No, I barely did anything before. It feels like I was like Lori would tell you that I did a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean I did, I guess, but I did not do. I was doing like marketing and design stuff and like building Kickstarters. I was not doing project management on anything, and now I'm managing like 4 different books, I think, alone. And then she and I together are managing several too, and then she's got a whole bunch of alone that she's managing. So we're kind of sharing the project management duties. But yeah, I had no idea that this would be where I would be. It's like even a year ago, I didn't think this would be where I would be right now, and it's a lot of work. I didn't know that I was signing up for this much work, or I might have said no.
You're right. No, but we're glad you didn't. This is a labor of love, and I was telling somebody earlier that even though there are platforms that are being made to kind of bypass the work of it, with the use of AI to help write and create art and things like that, I think that there's a value in the effort we put into projects like this. So, can you check Whisper? I don't even know what that means, Grit Boy. So the hard work and dedication, the dedication to your craft as an artist, as a writer, all the things that you've learned, Sarah, in your time to get to this part of the creation project. So now you're lettering and you're managing projects. Like, I think all of those things add value to the project. And I do understand people, everybody can't afford an artist, everybody can't, do these things, but I think that there's value in the kind of the hustle of it, the building of a team, and the cooperation of it all.
Absolutely agree. Although I have to say, like technically, I'm not getting paid for this, so you need to do what Brian did and and make friends with a creator who knows how to make the things happen so that they'll do the work for free and then be like, yeah, I'll get paid after the Kickstarter, right? It'll be fine.
Well, Kyron doesn't
Danny,
get paid for his
me all the
work.
time.
Kyron
I have
doesn't.
4 pages of artwork I just did last week that he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay you after the Kickstarter gets funded."
Yeah,
didn't ask-
that's what I was like. I like this story. Let's do it, and I'll get paid after the Kickstarter's done. And like, maybe I won't, because what if there's not enough money left over after it's all done? You know, what if you just don't know?
Yeah.
Kickstarter comic
The
creation
labor of love.
is a mixed bag. It's a lot of fun, but it's also not without its risks.
Absolutely.
Now,
Um,
Granica is on BackerKit. Why are you guys
Yes.
using BackerKit instead of Kickstarter, which a lot of us have been using for years now?
Well, originally the plan was to use Kickstarter, because that's what we're familiar with. That's what everybody knows. And then Lafia at BackerKit emailed us and said, "Hey, we're building this Comictopia event, and we wonder if you have a story that you want to throw in there." And their requirements were pretty broad. They wanted something new. They didn't want they didn't want us putting something on there that we had already used Kickstarter to fund, and that might actually have been it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they just didn't want something that had already been funded on Kickstarter, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. We've got this brand new story. It's nobody knows about it at the time. Nobody knew about it, and we were pretty close to done at that point. And I said, well, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we jumped into the Comictopia project pretty late, and then found out that there was a whole lot more work involved than, because they had crossover covers and like we'll talk about it. Remind me about the collaboration and the Exquisite Corpse comic, because these are all exclusive to Comictopia, and it's really cool. But they ended up throwing a lot more work on our plates than we expected, but we got it done, and it looks great.
And we're going to share the page for everybody that's watching live to see. Like you mentioned, you have a few days left, and you have a ways to go. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but it's still definitely doable.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and there's always that surge at the end. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. There's always a surge at the end. So I'm, fingers crossed about that. And even if we don't fund, this was a really valuable learning experience, and we'll just put it on Kickstarter later, right?
Yeah.
Fails here, we'll just put it on Kickstarter.
that is one good thing about comic book creation. There's so many different, well, I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. There's so many different platforms that are trying to help creators get projects like this funded. So I know BackerKit is doing a lot in the space. I've used BackerKit, their fulfillment services anyway. I've used their fulfillment services for a couple of projects, and it makes it a lot easier. So it makes sense that they would take a leap into actually crowdfunding. But then you got plenty of other avenues that you can go, thankfully, if this one doesn't work. But we're gonna hope that it does work, and we're gonna hope you got 6 days left, and we can it's absolutely possible.
Yeah, I'm still optimistic. And
Yeah.
honestly, as far as like building the Kickstarter versus building the BackerKit campaigns, if you guys do decide to run a book on BackerKit sometime, you are going to be so disappointed with Kickstarter, because it is really, really cool using BackerKit. It's way easier to build the campaigns, like just building it. You don't have to upload 3 different photos for every single reward image. Like you don't have to. You can separate your story into sections. They have like a discussion, a community tab on the page where you can go and talk with, like, you can interact directly with your people more than just the comments on Kickstarter. You can run polls, you can ask questions, you can give stuff away. It's really cool. There's you can add extra incentives for if somebody has already backed one of your things, you can give them a returning backer prize. Like we give everybody who comes and backs here that has backed us before, gets a free digital comic. And people who backed an early bird in the first 2 days got a sticker.
Wow.
You can schedule streams on here. Like it's really you can go and like I didn't grab this one in time because I'm like got stuff going way too many things at once and I just forgot. But I meant to do it where you can schedule and have the stream run directly on your page while the stream is live. There's just so much cool stuff. And if I think that the issue that we have with BackerKit versus Kickstarter is that our Kickstarter people are just not migrating over to BackerKit. Like if we can get them to come over, I don't think that there will be future problems with us running books on Kickstarter. And running games and merchandise on Kickstarter, absolutely. People are all about merch on BackerKit because they we did a merch campaign and we did
the X inspired
Nope.
the hoodies.
We can't say the actual name.
Yeah, they were X series hoodies.
X
The
inspired.
mutant expired.
Yeah, that one.
And people on BackerKit or people come to BackerKit for merch. So if you have a merch campaign, it's a great place to run merch. And they have, besides the Comictopia event that they have, they also run Pintopia, which is, obviously for enamel pins. And I did not know about it in time to get in on that, but we have tons of stuff that we could run on there too. Lots of original artwork. Got to get Kelson, got to get you to go to do some pins so that we can do a pin set for you. I have ideas. Is what I'm saying.
I'm there.
Pins.
So I got a question about Granica. So in some of the art that I've seen on the BackerKit page, I noticed that people are floating, right? Am I imagining this, or are people floating when they travel?
Definitely floating. It happens. The first scenes in it happen on a space station that's in microgravity or free fall. So yeah, there is essentially no gravity there. And then on the ship, they experience 1/10 gravity for the next month.
Okay.
So yes,
So, yeah.
hair just goes everywhere. You probably don't want to wear a dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask for Kelson, like, normally we draw with normal gravity in mind. What is it like having to think about drawing with less gravity?
Yeah, I mean it was really, really fun because it allows you to exaggerate your poses more. Getting a lot of experience, or a college experience in animation and drawing frame to frame and seeing how you could push a pose and really exaggerate different things, like the arm movement and everything. It was fun to really try and tap into that again, and it's just fun. I really liked doing it, and also because Brian really helped out by creating like a 3D model in I can't remember what the program was, but it was there for me to look around and I could scroll and see what this houseboat looked like, and I could put the characters in when I drew it, obviously, but it made it a lot easier for me. So super fun.
Oh, wow.
So I've seen some of Brian's 3D modeling things. Are you a engineer? Is that what it is?
I'm an electrical engineer, so modeling things physically is a little out of my wheelhouse, but that's what I'm learning. I mean, I modeled all the parts for this
Yeah.
haptic compass. Like, I learned what I got to learn.
Nice.
Smart guy stuff.
I just can't
No.
learn to draw. I can draw
Right.
in like computers, but
No, Brian and Kelson, since this is your first time experiencing creating a comic, like what were some of the, I guess, high points and low points of just making a comic for you guys?
I'll let Brian go first.
I think start with the low point. It was taking the script I wrote, which was nearly an hour long of material, and compressing it to 28 pages. It felt like Sarah was like, Brian, this is your baby. Here's a machete. I need you to trim the fucking fat off this thing. I'm like, no, let's save the parts. And that was terrible. Like, it was really hard. And my fiance, who's also the editor on this project, really helped me through that. Sarah helped me through it. And now it doesn't feel like massacre. It feels like we distilled something into 28 precious pages.
Mhm.
And the high point was it's been so much fun working with Kelson and Sarah and Amanda, my fiance. It's been fun. It's been really enjoyable. And so Sarah calls herself a cat wrangler, which is absolutely true. But she didn't make it work. Or maybe she just did all the work and I've been slacking off. And she mutters about me under her breath. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's some muttering, but I mean,
You know,
Brian pointed out about in the past, like, because we've been friends for 10
decade?
years, a long time. We've been friends for a long time, well before I even knew that he wrote stuff, and so he was scrolling back into some of the old conversations that we had at first looking for something, I think, and said we are so mean to each other in these, these messages. We are horrible to each other. It wasn't like me being mean to him or him being mean to me. Like we were both being mean to each other.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess that's just the kind of friendship we had.
Yeah.
Oh, up here.
Yeah,
It was very good natured.
I can relate.
If you knew us. If you took that out of context, you'd be like, these two are in such an abusive relationship. And they need to get away from each other and seek therapy.
It didn't seem like that in the group chat.
We tone it down for you.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't want to scare you away, so
Yeah.
You can't fight in front of the children, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we had a couple of false starts with artists. So when we found Kelson and he was like actually willing to work with us, we're like, okay, we need to keep this
Best
one
behavior.
happy. We cannot scare him.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I think for me, the question of like high and low, and I think I'll start with the high. The high for me was really, I guess, kind of pushing myself and trying new things, because comics, obviously I haven't forayed into it before, but doing it for the first time and seeing, for me, I'm so used to, in animation, having so many frames, right? Getting to draw and 24 frames per second, you get to hold a shot for a long time and little movements and stuff like that. You really need to hit the punches in comics. You need to figure out how do I best tell something in a shorter span, and also fit into different kind of panels. You don't get the wide aspect ratio for everything, and that sounds like it would be a hard thing, but for me it was super cool, and it's inspired me to do more comics on my own, just like on the side, creating little things for myself. But that was the high point for me. And then
before you do your low point, I need everybody that's watching, and you guys hear everybody wish Javon a happy birthday. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday,
I saw that
Javon.
earlier. I meant to say hi.
Thanks for coming here on your birthday.
All right, go ahead. Finish up.
Well, happy birthday to Javon. I think the low point for me was, I think, I don't know. I don't know if there was I think for me, maybe was that I wasn't able to do this, like dive in 100% of my time dedicated, because I am still working full time, and just that part, like not being able to like really sink my teeth into it for a certain period of time. It was tough, but in the end, it still got completed. I still did my part, and it was wonderful.
Like it.
I guess maybe we weren't scary enough. I don't know.
Could have relaxed a little.
Wait, I already got Kelson working on some other jobs. Now that his part of Granica is finished, he's already. And then we gotta once we get this off our plates, get the Kickstarter off or the backer kit off our plates, then we're gonna jump in on issue 2. So, and I think Kelson, like Fish Lee, did the colors on issue 1, but I think Kelson might be doing the colors on issue 2, because he was not as good at them when we hired him as he is now. Like that thumbnail that he did, that was his colors too, and it looks amazing. And like his colors were fine before, but we were like, maybe we'll get somebody to punch him up a little bit. And now we're like, I don't know why we hired a colorist. Like you could have done this.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
like Kelson said, there is a learning curve between animation and drawing and making
Absolutely.
a comic, and like you say, he just needed time to adjust to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It sounds like he found his groove.
yeah.
it's yeah, it looks great. And he also colored the collaboration cover, the cross collab color, with Ness and Jerry are sitting on the couch watching a movie about
Oh.
zombies and cowgirls.
Yeah.
And how does that work? Because I did see that on
Yeah, so
the
with
campaign
the
page, and I'm going to put that up for everybody to see that's watching live. But how
excellent,
does that work
because
as far as the cross?
it's a really fun part of Comictopia that everybody in the Comictopia who has a comic in the Comictopia event got a cross collab partner, and then that the partners would work together and come up with some kind of incentive to give to backers if they back both projects. And we partnered with Dren Productions, and we decided to do covers for so like with you'll get the same copy of Granica issue 1, but you'll get the one that you backed for. If you back both projects, you'll get the one that you backed for, and you'll get a separate copy that has this Cowgirls and Zombies cover on it. And you'll also get that cover colored. That's not finished. But yeah, you'll get that cover from Dren Productions if you back both. And what we're gonna send if you're with backer kit, yeah. And then if you back at the physical, you're gonna get the actual physical book, and if you back at the digital, we're gonna send you the PDF picture of it. So you'll still get it, but just will be not physical.
And that's tracked through BackerKit, right? Like they give you the data of who backed these things, right?
Yep.
That
I know how much. It's like 14%.
That right there is so helpful because I'll just say on Kickstarter you have to like manually track those things. Myself and another creator are doing a similar thing, and once his campaign ends, we're going to compare notes and all this stuff. But it seems like it would be something that would be fairly easy for a platform to provide you with. So I'm glad they're doing it for sure.
Yeah, it's I think that if people start migrating over to BackerKit just because of how cool their features are, the creators do, then I think BackerKit or Kickstarter is really gonna start picking up their game, because like they have the basics that we need to be able to run the campaigns, but BackerKit's got a whole bunch of cool toys that you can play with. It's
Yeah, doing that manually doesn't seem like it would scale at all.
No, not either. Anyway.
Well, I did want to get a little bit more info on this audio live stream. What is that going to be? How's that going to work for you guys?
Yeah, what is it, Brian?
So we've got the original audio script. Like I said, it's almost an hour of material. We'll divide it up. So the very original, I just did all the voices. That's why there's such a small cast. And so this time we're going to do it with enough people to do all the voices. And we've got gender appropriate people to do them, which is nice. And so we'll all get together on one stream, and all the people reading will have a copy of the script, and we'll go through the characters. We'll do it as though it's a old time radio play.
Now,
and then
are
people will be
Kelson
able
and
to ask
Sarah going to be a part of
questions.
this too?
Oh yeah, yep.
Nice.
Kelson, Sarah, Amanda, Fish, Lori.
Nice.
And I think Lori's coming.
How do Danny and I get a part of this also?
Yeah, I want to get in. Give me a part.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sarah, you're out.
I showed y'all I could read.
Click on
One
phonic
criteria.
words for us.
You can speak and read. Like, you're in.
I can't do both at the
Danny
same
would
time,
be
though.
a great part for that mask kid in the airport, in the spaceport.
Oh yeah, the little.
That kid.
Are we going blue? Can I say certain words?
Wait, what?
The kid in the station is a little shit. He's like
Oh,
super hard pressure, like, hey, buy a mask. All the air up here is toxic, and if you don't, you'll fucking die. Like,
I can
just
do it.
yeah,
annoying
that's
little.
totally Danny.
There you
I
go.
can do it.
Totally Danny.
I can do it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Sell me a mask for poisoned space station air.
Hey guys, you might want to get a mask, guys. You might want to get a mask. It's crazy up here. It's crazy up
You
here.
win.
Come on now. They're only $50. They're only $50.
Yes, you put a
Get
price on
mask.
it and everything.
Perfect.
This was secretly
Um,
all an audition for Danny.
There we go.
You
There
passed.
we
It
go.
was, yeah.
It's always about Danny. It always.
And
Have
you
your
know,
If your people call my people.
Sarah, call
Um,
Danny.
I will.
Okay.
I'll call Kyron.
Pretty much, yeah.
Doesn't the kid try and charge Ness when Ness asked the kid for the time too?
Yeah.
The
Like,
kid,
just-
this kid's a real a-hole.
When I was when they were looking at me to draw this, I drew that little part that was that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of the things that when we get to the bind this all in a trade paperback part, like that's a few years down the line yet, but that's the kind of stuff I'm happy to we get to put that all in there and be like, this is something that didn't make it in here, but look. I love that stuff. That's my favorite part of trade paperbacks is when you put all those little bits and pieces in there that never quite or like nobody ever gets to see the character sheets.
Right.
But I love looking at the character sheets of things. And I'm waiting for, is there going to be an Ace Blade trade? Because you got 8 issues now. Do you have an Ace Blade trade?
You have one already.
We have
Yeah.
a 1 through 4 trade, but the 1 through 10 trade is gonna be massive. I'm telling you.
I didn't know about Ace Blade until a couple years ago, so I missed out on a bunch of them. And I backed this campaign for all of them at the
Thank you
digital
so much.
level so that I could read them and catch up.
Thank you so
I want
much.
it back too.
You're welcome.
I'll send you the link. I'll send it to you and not. You want me to send it to you or the catfish? Which one do I? I'll send it to both. Don't worry about
Send
it.
it to both, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'll get 2 backers out of it.
Yeah,
What the
you'll
heck?
get 2.
Terrible.
No, this is supposed to be about their backer kid,
This
not
is
your.
about this is about Granica. Okay, so now is the time in the show where we do my favorite thing in the world. We're gonna do quick takes. Kyron, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Quick takes.
The first time we had three people on quick takes, it's gonna be crazy.
I
Okay,
don't even know how to position the screens right now.
I
It's
think
just,
this is good. I think this is
Yeah,
all
this-
right. You can see the 45, so that's good.
yeah, that's good.
All right, so if you've never seen the show before, Quick Takes is a rapid fire Q&A section where we grill our guests on their deepest, darkest secrets that I found on the internet. So you'll have 45 seconds each to answer a question off the top of your heads, and we usually do this with one person. So I'm going to spread the questions up. And then I have a couple questions for all of you. Okay. I'm going to start with Sarah. So a little bit earlier about you being the veteran of the group. So in 45 seconds, what is your best veterans comic book creator advice to anybody coming in to make comic books?
Ooh. Make friends with people like Kyron and Danny and me and people that have made comics before on go find us on and ask questions, because we're usually really happy to answer questions about what we do, and jump into social media like Facebook and Reddit, and like there's groups that you can go ask questions to people, and they're usually happy to learn. And don't use AI. That's nobody likes it. Nobody, like, especially we don't like it, but like you're not just learn how to draw if you need to. It's gonna be better. And and don't be afraid. It's a very intimidating job, but don't be afraid. Just keep plugging away at it, and you'll eventually get there.
There we go. Keep plugging away. That's it. That's a good one. Okay. All right. Question number 2. And this one is for all 3 of you. All right. So I want you to bet your entire future as a creator on one social media platform. Okay. We know social media is fraught with
Are you giving each one of them 45 seconds, or is this going to
no. Just one. You just say which social media platform you would bet your career on for the next, however many years. And if you had to delete all the other social media platforms, just give me a quick your social media platform and why, and we'll start with Brian.
Oh man. So I'm allergic to social media. I have deleted all of them except my blogger. So
Wow.
you can go read my blog about doing things like building a comic book, building a little compass.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why he needed us.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the truth is I already did that, and I bet it all on Blogger, and I still have to work a 9 to 5. So I lose.
All right, Sarah.
Well, it sure as shit ain't gonna be Facebook, but maybe. Ooh, I'm torn. I'm torn between two of them. I guess I'm gonna have to go with Instagram. I feel like I'm gonna be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
because
a good one.
comics are visual, so I have to do visual stuff, right?
That's a good one to bet on. All right, what about you, Kelson?
This is gonna be very Gen Z of me, but TikTok.
That's Danny's answer too. So.
Oh,
Yeah, TikTok, because I could do pictures and everything, and also make video content. So
And
Yeah,
animation on it. Absolutely.
all of us, like all of us in the indie comics community, we all look to Danny's TikToks to steal ideas when we try and make videos because he knows what he's doing.
I don't. It's just happenstance that it works sometimes. So
It's you throw, but that's what all of it is, isn't it? You throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
that's right. What you said though. Keep plugging away at it,
And then when Danny finds the idea that works, we all steal it and use it for
There-
ourselves.
there we go. There we go. Okay, question number 3, and this one is for Brian. I want to know what is more frustrating, 3D printing or making comics?
Ooh, man, that's like comparing apples to astrophysics. If I make a bad print, I had to clean my printer 2 or 3 times today because something messed up. But then it just keeps plugging away. Comics, it has to go through so much different vetting. I'm like, hey, what about if we do this for a scene, Sarah? And Sarah's like, here's why we got to change that a little bit. So I'm going to say comic books because it's collaborative, and I love collaborating. I love people. I'm an extrovert, which is weird for an engineer. But yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, collaboration can definitely be frustrating, but it is also one of the best parts of making comics too.
It's more,
sure.
It's way more rewarding than saying to an empty room, "Yay, my print worked."
Right. Okay. Kelson, this one is for you. Question 4. All right. I want to know which one of these places is better for art, for your artistic creative headspace.
okay.
The city, the mountains, or just going out for a nice drive in your I don't know, was that a Challenger that you got?
Dang. Okay. So am I drawing in these spaces?
Just to clear your head and get
just to clear
your
my
head
head.
right to draw.
Honestly, just going for a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cruising. That's the best thing. That's where I can sit in my own head, listen to music, listen to a podcast. Yeah, that clears the head pretty well, and I do it every day. So
There you go. What kind of car is that you had in that emo post?
it was a Challenger. Yeah.
It was okay. I thought so. My wife drives a 370Z, and I'm not allowed to drive it. I have more of a lead foot than she has, and I will definitely run somebody over. But absolutely, it's definitely wonderful to just get out on the road, and then you can see the mountains and the cities and everything while you're doing it. There you go. So that works. All right.
But
So
Katie made a good point in the comments, so please don't draw and drive.
Oh, true.
yes,
True.
yes,
To that
don't-
point,
do that.
I do have a graph paper notepad in my car within reach. So I'm the one who's guilty of that.
I can't say that I haven't done it before. Also, I definitely have done a sketch or two while at a red light or something. Okay.
Hey, where's my sketch cover?
Question number 5.
Nice segue.
We always do a top 5 list. So between the three of you, I want to get your top 5 fictional futures. So any fictional future that you can think of, between the three of you, give me 5 of your favorite ones.
Oh, Star
Firefly
Trek.
Serenity.
Ooh,
Oh.
Firefly Serenity and Star Trek. I love it. Yep.
Firefly is good.
Star
Star
Trek?
Trek is very utopian future type stuff, which would be nice right about now, wouldn't it?
We're
Too good
nowhere
for
near that anymore.
That's not gonna happen. This in this
Post
timeline.
scarcity. Yeah, no, we're not there.
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop. Yeah,
Cowboy
yeah, yeah.
Bebop, yeah.
That's a good one.
Not utopian at all.
No.
How many are we at?
Cheers.
We got 2
Three.
more.
What is that?
Two more.
Kelson didn't give us one. Kelson's
Yeah,
gonna give
yeah.
us one.
I mean, the only thing that's coming to my head is Star Wars. I'm such a Lord of the Rings
That
fan.
happened a
but I
long,
just
long time
can't see
ago.
it And not
Yeah, that's a past. That's in the past.
that's the past.
That's right. That's a long time ago.
Ah.
We failed worse than my blogger answer.
No, blogger was a good answer. It was a good answer. That's all right. That's all right. It's tough. It's tough to come off the top of your head with a.
When's the last time somebody handed you a business card? It's like, here's my blogger address.
I don't think it's
Don't get
ever.
too starstruck.
2002.
Fair.
Whew. Well, I appreciate y'all doing it
Alright.
for us. This week, Quick Takes is sponsored by Gemini Comic Supply. Go to Gemini Comic Supply and use the code AceBlade to get 10% off of your order.
Nice.
Does your blogger have a custom URL? Does it?
24hourengineer.com.
There you go. See, everybody can't say that. Everybody doesn't have a custom blogger URL. No, but thank y'all for doing that. That was so much fun. I think it is trickier to do a top 5 between more people. Like if it's just one person coming off the top, you can do it. But
Futurama.
Futurama, there you go.
And not at all a beat too late, Kelson.
That's comedic timing for Futurama, which is very appropriate. So
I love it.
you win.
All right, Kyron, back to you.
I don't even know where to go anymore. The show's off the rails.
Did
We're
we
here.
talk about the Comictopia Exquisite Corpse thing? Because we should talk about that. This
No.
Exquisite Corpse comic before you go, because I know you got only a few more minutes left. But the Exquisite Corpse comic, so like everybody in Comictopia Project did one page of what is being bound into one big comic, where if you back 5 projects in the Comictopia campaign, you get that comic. You have to back at the physical tier, of course, but if you back, you get this comic, and it's the premise is that it's one character that's traveling through all of these universes in this Comictopia event. So it's really fun. It was actually, I saw a bunch of the pages the other day, and they're really good, and our page is really good. Yeah, Kelson killed another page there, and like we had no idea a month ago that we had to do this page, and then he's like, yep, here you go, and it was amazing.
Wow. All right. Well, we definitely want to make sure that everybody, follows up with you guys and keeps up with what you're doing. I'm going to make sure we put the backer kit link in the chat. I've done it a few times, and also in the podcast. I'll make sure we put that. But personally, where are you guys? Brian, you said 24hourengineer.com, right?
Mhm.
So any place else? Well, you don't have any other social media. So outside of that, everybody go check out that.
You can reach me by email.
What's your email address? You go throw it out here.
24hourengineer@gmail.com.
Oh,
Love it.
I did not think he was going to do it. All right.
Okay.
Kelson, where can people maybe check you out and follow you?
So we have, or I have, not we. I have kind of 2. The most up-to-date one is Instagram. That is kel.s0. And then I also have a TikTok, which is Kelso Draws, which I want to start posting on there again. So you could find me there too.
Nice.
I'm going to follow you on TikTok right now.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Sarah, where can people check you out?
LagunaStudios.net. We're at Laguna Studios on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And we have a TikTok, but we don't use it yet. We're trying to figure out what's, because it's just really hard to make static content and video content. We need to hire somebody to help us with that, I think.
You can
Danny,
hire
are you
Danny
available?
Always.
for the right price. Yeah.
I got you. I just need the X inspired jacket collection. That's all I need for payment.
Oh, we could probably make that happen.
All
All
right.
right, Danny. Where can people check you out?
Best place to find me is our website, fourthwallpros.com. Other than that, if you want to catch me,
no, that is not the best place to find you at this moment.
And for 1.5 more hour, you can find me on Kickstarter at fourthwallpros.com/Kickstarter to get the first 8 issues of Ace Blade. And if you want to find me on social media, check me out at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms. Kyron, where can people find you?
You can find me for the next hour and a half at fourthwallpros.com/Kickstarter. And if not, you can go to my website. It is tauruscomics.com. You can find all my books there, which I put up my resume of books I've done for the past few years. You can check them out mostly. This is your first time checking out our podcast, though. You can go to our website, fourtalespodcast.com. That is the number 4, TALES podcast.com. You can listen to all our previous episodes. You can see what's coming up in the future. You can buy us some merchandise. I mean, we have merchandise there that no one's ever bought, but hey, do it. Yeah. If you are, though, in the Sacramento area, tomorrow I will be at Great Escape Comics from noon till whenever I no longer feel like being part of it, because they expect me to be there till 8, and I don't think I will be there. But if you want to stop by, Great Escape Comics on High Avenue, check us out. I'll be there along with a bunch of other comic creators. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I want to promote. Oh, yeah, and fourthwallpros.com/Kickstarter for the next hour and a half. Join us next week, where we will have Orange Cone Productions talking about Cthulhu Invades Fairy Tales. We'll get all the information from them about what's going on with this now 4th book, Cthulhu Invading some IP. And hopefully we're at the same time. I don't know. Danny's like, he doesn't like this time anymore. So hopefully we're at the same time. But until then, sayonara, goodbye. And everyone, please take care of yourself.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.